Hey YouTube, NC Shootist here. Wanted to bring you an interesting video today. I've got a very unique rifle. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen another one on YouTube. In fact, I know I haven't seen another one on YouTube. And here's a little sneak peek. And we'll be looking at it in detail here in a few minutes. So stay tuned and we'll get started. Alright guys, so what do we have here? We've got a 22 long rifle. We've got an interesting proof mark that appears to be pre-World War II. There's a Mod 2 stamped into the receiver, into the barrel. Okay, and over here in the side of the receiver we see Gewehr Fabrik Danzig. So this particular rifle came from the Danzig Rifle Works in Danzig, Poland, which is current day Gdansk, Poland. So there used to be a famous rifle works after the end of World War I that basically operated until 1921, I believe it was, and ownership of the factory was transferred to the city of, or actually the country of Poland, I believe. So these rifles were used for training purposes. Germany was not supposed to be producing military arms after the end of World War I. So they did produce these little training rifles, chambered in 22 long. And you can see there's a front sight here that you can adjust for windage by drifting the sight left or right. Okay, we'll move down. They've got a sling swivel just to the front of the fore end. Okay, there's an adjustable rear sight, adjustable for elevation, not windage. Okay, we've got some markings stamped into the barrel. You can see the same mark that was on top of the barrel with the Mod 2, and you can also see what looks like an eagle. This particular rifle has serial number 669, and the highest confirmed serial numbers for these rifles is 1586. So we know that there were no more than 2,000 made that we know of. So like I said, the highest they found is 1586, so this is a pretty rare rifle. Not particularly valuable, I don't believe. This one is actually a family heirloom. This belonged to my grandfather when he was a boy. He was born in 1910, and he passed away before I was born, so I never got a chance to meet him. Not sure where he got this rifle. But he lived and grew up in Central Virginia. So somebody around there, either a general store or somebody they knew, had this rifle, and he got it as his hunting rifle when he was a small boy. So we'll go over how this thing operates. You can see the bolt almost favors a Husqvarna Model 55 bolt. So it's got a straight bolt handle on it. It's got an external hammer, and this hammer is screwed onto a plunger which runs the length of the bolt body. Okay, and that plunger has a spring on it, and then that plunger strikes this firing pin to fire a cartridge. So what happens to operate this gun? What you do is you run the bolt forward, okay, and you can either cock it by hand and fire it, or you can run the bolt back, okay, let the hammer catch on the sear and fire it that way. Okay, now you'll notice there's the sear, and it's basically the top of the trigger. So you can see when I pull the trigger, it's lowering that sear and allowing this external hammer on the back of the bolt to fall striking the plunger, which strikes the firing pin. So, and you'll also notice there's a little loading ramp, and it's split from the top of the receiver. So this moves back. Let's see if we can get it to cooperate here. No, it's not wanting to cooperate. It'll slide down, and you load your cartridge onto it, and it'll run with the bolt up into the chamber. So, and then you can fire it that way. There's no safety. You can see there's no safety switch. All it is the trigger that lowers the sear to allow the firing pin to be struck. So one of those safety situations where you've got to really pay attention to what you're doing. Make sure that that you're pointed down range and that you're ready to fire. And the way I like to shoot it, or prefer to shoot it, is go ahead and load it, and then hold the trigger down, run the bolt in, and that leaves the hammer close to the bolt, and then I can cock it by hand and then fire it that way. So again, a neat little rifle. Not many of them made. Not very valuable as far as I know, but to me it's invaluable because it was my grandfather's. And I believe it was restocked at some point. All the pictures I've seen online, there's a Germany carved into the buttstock, or engraved into the buttstock. And you can see here that there's no Germany engraved. There's also supposed to be some checkering here around the hand guard, or not hand guard, but the hand grip. Okay, and there's also supposed to be a rear stud for a sling, so that's missing as well, which is why I believe this particular rifle was restocked at some point. But anyway, that is the Gewehr Fabrik Danzig Mod 2 22 single shot rifle. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Love to have you. See you on the next video. Take care, and God bless.